guys, welcome back to my channel, Cleaning Teeth, and thank you for joining me. Today is going to be part 2 of my mini-series on applying to dental hygiene school, so let's get started. This is part 2 of my mini-series on applying to dental hygiene school. So if you missed part 1, make sure you check that out. I talked about prerequisites and applying or reapplying to college. And now we're going to be talking about more of the application process, the dental hygiene application process in particular. But first, I just want to remind you to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the little notification bell so that way you are the first ones that are notified and can see any new content that I release. And make sure you remember to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Cleaning Teeth. So on with the process to applying to a dental hygiene school. The application for dental hygiene program at the community college that I'm attending is a points-based system. So you get points for all the prerequisite classes, and you got points for the grades that you got. In order for those grades to count, you have to have a C or better in all of your classes, which means for them, they wanted, it was 70 or above. So you have to have an average of a 70 in all of your classes that are going to be used as prerequisites and that are going to be transferring to the particular college. The things that they require for you to have to apply to the program, so whatever program it is, you have to be admitted to the college that the program is in. Remember, you are applying just to their program, you're not applying to the college. It's something that you have to do separately. In order to apply to a college, you have to make sure that you have an official transcript from your high school. So if you're like me and it was 1 or 2 years since you graduated, or maybe a little bit more than that, then you will have to call them up and get an official transcript made, and they will say, oh, well, we're going to have to go into our archives to get that one, so it's going to take us a couple weeks. So know that if you have graduated from high school, 5, 10, 15 years ago, they have to go back into the archives, and it's probably going to take you a little bit longer to order those official transcripts because, again, they want them paper and they want them sealed. So if you are in high school and you're just about to graduate, or if you are planning on, attending college, make sure, just go to your high school right now, go ahead and pick up like 3 or 4 official transcripts anytime you want to do a licensing program for even becoming a hairstylist or massage therapist. They need a high school transcript, an official sealed high school transcript. And so just go ahead and get 3 or 4 copies of them. They're $3. Put them someplace safe so that you've got it. The other thing that you're going to need for the application to a college is transcripts from all of the other schools you've attended. If you did any joint classes through your local community college in high school, or if you did any community college work or any work at a college, all of those transcripts have to be included in your application to the new college that you're going to be doing the dental hygiene program with. Also, even if you're like, well, I'm not going to use those classes for this degree, you still have to turn in all of them because it all counts as hours towards a degree. Whether or not you use those hours, it's still hours that you've attempted towards any degree. Then you're going to need your usually some sort of health science exam. Now, this is in addition to your SAT scores or ACT or anything that you need to apply to the college to submit for your college application. This is a health science proficiency or aptitude exam. I've heard of the HESI exam, I've heard of the PSB. So whatever your college has, you may have to do that as well, and you'll get points for that exam based on how well you do on that exam. And there are tons of videos and tutoring classes and such on how to best prepare for those types of exams. You've now completed your actual classes. You have your transcripts together or are getting them together. The other component that a lot of dental hygiene programs have is something called observation hours. Now, you can be doing these while you're completing your classes, and in fact, I would suggest that way you're not having to just park yourself in a dental office, because my program at least required 16 hours of observation, and you're supposed to be observing the dental hygienist, not a dentist. So you couldn't just follow around a dentist that's doing dental surgeries or anything like that. They actually want you to be sitting with a dental hygienist, doing her everyday, or his or her everyday job of just bringing patients in, cleaning their teeth, doing all of the exams, all of the normal things that dental hygienists do every single day, because that's what we're going to be doing. You got to make sure that you can enjoy what is being done, that looking in a mouth doesn't disgust you, which you would be surprised. As I was talking to the people in my dental hygiene, the director of the programs and such, they said that they had people go all the way through into the application process, into the interview, they got accepted, got into the clinic, and realized that they did not like working in someone's mouth, that it was gross. So don't be one of those people. Make sure that you pay attention in your observation hours. And sorry, we're removing the cat from under the table. This is a very fun, hello and welcome to my life. So your 16 hours have to be done with a registered dental hygienist in an office, and those hours have to be completed within 12 months of your application. So what that allows you to do is, since most programs only have one entrance or one application cycle per year, that allows you to have those observation hours be good for an entire year. So you could actually, through 2 application cycles, you could use those 16 hours of observation. So once you have your observation hours completed, then you also need to submit a 1 to 2 page typed essay that discusses, why you have selected your particular, at least for mine, particular university for dental hygiene, and why you want to be a dental hygienist. And this is also kind of a standard interview type question. As far as when it goes to this essay, in my application packet that I got, it says in big, bold, capital letters typed, this whole process, taking your prerequisites, doing the observations, writing your essay, and doing your interview, all of this is a weeding out process, and you just need to realize that. So every little thing, even though you think it doesn't, who cares if it's, if I do, if it's been more than 12 months since I did my observation hours, or I've got, you also have to include a picture of you in your application. Oh, say it's got me and my sister in it, but who cares? It's a picture and it's the size that they wanted. No, every little detail on here is part of the weeding out process, because they say if you can't pay attention into details in an application, in something that you want, how can we trust you to pay attention to details when it comes to the patient's medical files, or things where it can come down to really affecting their health and safety of you and your patient. So make sure that you pay attention to those. It's a typed 1 to 2 page typed essay. Don't give them 3 pages handwritten. They're not. They might accept it, but you're going to get points taken off. So you have your observation hours. You have a C or better in all of your prerequisite classes. You have your transcripts all together, and you've written a 1 to 2 page essay on why you chose that college and why you want to be a dental hygienist. The next little part was a little 4x6 photo of just the applicant. And then I needed to submit 2 reference letters. And this was another thing that was difficult for me being a stay-at-home mom. Those reference letters needed to be by professors, instructors, teachers, or they needed to be by someone who was in some sort of a supervisory or leadership position above me. So if you work, if you have a job, could be your supervisor, manager, that sort of a thing. If you volunteer, it would be whoever you report to. But being a stay-at-home mom, I didn't really have a boss or anybody that I had worked for recently. It was kind of having to go way far back to find these people and get a reference letter. And so that is something you guys kind of want to think about, how, make sure that you're nice to your professors or instructors, so that way you can just use 2 instructors as your references, but you have to make sure that that they complete those reference letters and turn them in. It's another little detail that seems minor, but all of the observation hours, they had to fill out a form and sign it, and it has to be, they have to put their registered dental hygienist number on there and sign it and date every single time and log all the hours that you put in, and then they are supposed to send that in. So you need to make sure that you give the form for your reference letter, and the dental hygienist that's going to be turning in your observation hours, make sure you give them a addressed and stamped envelope. So fill out the address, put the stamp on there, give it to them, make it super easy for them. It's polite, and it makes it, you can make sure that they will send it to the place it needs to go. You know they have a stamp, and it will get accomplished for you. So it's your prerequisite classes, and then all of your transcripts, your ACT, SAT scores, whatever that you're going to use to apply to the college, your observation hours, which the dental hygienist will send in for you, then your essay and your references, which each of your references will need to send in for you, your photograph, and then your PSB or HESI or whatever other health science exam that they have you submit. All of the points that you get from each one of those things will add up, and then they will bring in the highest, in my case, about 18 to 20 point earners, and those will get the interviews. And then out of those, once you get your final points for the interviews, then the top 16 are automatically accepted, and then the other 2 are given alternate positions. So now we have talked about all of the application kind of process and getting into dental hygiene school. I'm going to have another video coming up talking about the things that you need to have done to, and the books that I have that I'm going to be using in this semester, and all of the costs, and just break down a lot of the details on how much my scrubs cost, how much the instruments cost, which books I had and how much those cost, just a more kind of detailed version of everything for actually starting the program. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope this has really helped you. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel, Cleaning Teeth, and hit the little notification bell so that you get the new content as soon as I release it. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time.